Have you ever been in a situation where you're about to do something new and the attitude that you bring into that new experience either creates a wonderful memory or a miserable experience? Today I'm going to share with you a mindset process that you can use to make sure that when you step into something new, you get the absolute best out of that experience, no matter how you started it off. So recently I actually took a group of students on a camp, and one of the activities that was involved in the camp was a forest hike. But it wasn't just any forest hike. It was actually a fantasy adventure where the students were put into situations where they had to problem solve, they had to collaborate, and they had to come up with creative solutions to different challenges. And it was really interesting to watch the students and how they interacted with this experience. Some groups really took to it really quickly and had a lot of fun. And they were laughing and playing along and doing all the things that meant that their group came out of that forest hike fantasy adventure experience with a positive experience. And then there was one group in particular who seemed to start out the entire experience with the mindset that this is dumb, this is pointless, I'd much rather be doing something else. And understandably, once one student sort of rejects that idea, the rest of them followed suit because of peer pressure. And they all ended up having an absolutely miserable experience, and they also ended up ruining it for the person who was trying to make this experience fun for them as well. And I realized that it wasn't necessarily the experience itself that was creating this negative experience. It was the students and their mindset and their attitude, how they started it off just before anything even began, dictated what their experience was going to be like and what they took away from it. This got me thinking about experiences that we all tend to have in our life where we don't necessarily want to be there, or something is standing in our way of enjoying it. And so if you ever feel like you're in a situation like this, I want to share with you a thought process that I hope can help some people to be able to reset their attitude so that they can give the experience that they are about to go into a chance, rather than going through that experience bringing those people around them down. This is something that I personally am working on as well, and so let's work together to make sure that we can get the most out of every experience that we are involved in. Okay, so here is your mindset reset process for embracing new experiences. Step number 1, be aware of and challenge negative thoughts. I think the very first step in any change that we need to make within ourselves, within our mindset, is simply to be aware of what is going on within our minds. I think a lot of us are very used to the droning on of our inner self-critic, our inner talk. I call him Richard. And Richard says things to us constantly throughout the day that we either take in or we're just used to being a part of the background noise in our minds. And I think that once we are aware of the negativity that is coming from us, that is the very first step for us to make a change and to actually give a new experience a chance. So step number 1 is, when you walk into a new experience and you are not feeling very excited about that process, just ask yourself why. Be aware. See, there's Richard. He's trying to tell me that this is going to be a terrible experience and this is a complete waste of my time. Notice that negativity. Ask Richard why. Why does he think that way? Maybe there's something that he's not seeing. And that will help you to take us to the next step. Stay present. A lot of negativity happens because we are constantly thinking about or wishing to be doing something else than what we are currently doing. This fixation with the future or what could be only takes us away from the present moment. Alternatively, you might be upset about something that happened in the past, and this is taking you away from the present moment. All of this will destroy your chances of enjoying this experience that you have to go through. So, ground yourself in this moment. Remind yourself that you are here and that you might as well enjoy it. You might as well be a part of it. You might as well see what you can get from it. Cast out thoughts of the future and of the past and be where you are, because that is truly living. Once you're more present, the next step is to practice some gratitude. This is like a hack, life hack that makes everything just seem so much easier and so much more beautiful and wonderful to experience. You are now here in this moment. Look for something to be grateful for. It's actually really easy once you train yourself. Just the fact that you're here is the very first thing to be grateful for. That might seem generic, but it's true. And you can extend yourself from there. Once you unlock gratitude, it actually seems to make everything else so much easier. It opens up your mind to seeing the things that you maybe have not seen before because you were so fixated on the other thing that you wanted to do instead, and the consequences that were going to go from that, and your whole world was crashing. But once you let go of that, once you focus on the present and find the gratitude in the moment, it opens you up to so many different possibilities. And now you can adopt a learner mindset and find the value in the situation. You've noticed the negativity. You have grounded yourself in the present moment. You have anchored yourself with some gratitude and opened your mind to the possibilities. Now you can adopt a learner mindset and look for the value in that moment. Every single experience can teach you something. Every single experience can benefit you in some way. And if you can find it, if you can see it, you might be more excited to go through that experience and to gain that benefit, to gain that value that this experience is going to offer to you. But if you don't look for it, you're not going to gain it. Seek value in every experience. You are so amazing and so independent in that situation, but not everything can be done by yourself. The final step in this process is to surround yourself with positivity. In the experience that I shared with you earlier, there were students who were embracing the experience and actually having fun. In your situation, do the same. Once you've reset your mind, once you've opened yourself up to the positives of an experience, seek others who are in the same mindset and go and join them. Go and surround yourself with that positivity and see what they can offer, how they can help you to gain more from that situation. So seek others and surround yourself with positivity. That will then create a wonderful connection and maybe, hopefully, create an experience that will contribute to fantastic memories. Watching my students go through this experience and realizing that it wasn't the experience itself that dictated whether they enjoyed it or not. It was them. It's us ourselves who make that decision before we even start. Just really made me think about this, and I hope that next time you feel you're in a situation where you're dreading a new experience, maybe you can take yourself through this mindset reset process and you become aware of the negative thoughts in your mind, and you ground yourself in the present moment, and you find some gratitude in that situation, and you adopt a learner mindset and seek the value, and you surround yourself with positivity. And you might be surprised at the amazing memories and experiences that you can bring to your life when you're able to do that. So if you have any stories, if you have anything that relates to this topic, anything you want to share, anything that you find useful, maybe you've used this 5-step process and it changed the situation. Maybe you experienced something similar, or you have a process that might help others, then please do share it in the comments below. Thank you very much for joining, and I wish you all the best. Have a fantastic day.